A 60-year-old father and his son have drowned in the River Offin after the canoe in which they were crossing onto their farm capsized at Nyerebi in the Echumangwabeja district of Ashanti region. Erastus Asare Donko has been following up on this story. He joins me on the line. Hello, Erastus. What has happened since the last time we reported this incident?
Well, so the decomposing bodies of the two people, the father and the son, have been found. That was today, earlier today. As at the time I was leaving the area, they were waiting for NADMO and police officials to give them the green light to be able to go ahead with the burial, because the nature of the bodies, they cannot bring it for autopsy or any other thing. That's what they were saying. So that's the situation at the moment.
The people must have been in a state of shock. Those who found these bodies, how were they found, by the way?
Well, the incident happened on Sunday. In fact, they were going to the farm on Sunday, and they used this improvised canoe. It's a very small canoe carved out of wood, and it hit a tree stump and it capsized. And so there were three people in the canoe, the father and two sons. One of the survivors, that's the 27-year-old Seidu Adams, Haruna Adams, he was telling me that he tried at a point in time to save the brother, but he could not swim with him. He was too heavy, and he was pulling him down. And so he kept drinking the water, and he had to let him go. But as for the father, he couldn't see him. He just saw him in a flash when he was being carried away by the stream. And so since Sunday, they've been trying to locate the bodies. They were able to locate one yesterday, and then today they also found the other one lodged somewhere in the river.
This surviving brother must be traumatized. How are authorities or the police officials helping him with some sort of counseling, anything like that happening?
In fact, I must say that by the time, as at the time we were leaving the place, the police have not been there, and there were no NADMO officials as well. It was just a family. A number of them gathered at the place, and they kept calling the police. They said they were coming, and so they were waiting. They've been waiting since morning, trying to get them to give them the green light to say bury or not bury. That is what they were waiting for. Let me also say that, Gifty, this is not the first time we are having people die crossing the Offin River to their farms. In fact, this two people who have died brings the number to, let me say, 8 people who have died in the past 1 year. The first one, a family of 6, lost their lives trying to cross the Offin River to their farms at Amadan, which is about 10 kilometers from where this incident also occurred. And so farmers there are asking government to come to their aid, provide them with proper canoes, or perhaps do a footbridge at the various crossing points so that they will be able to bring their foodstuffs.
Has there ever been, Erastus, has there ever been that sort of intervention? I mean, was there a better situation that has deteriorated, or they have just basically all their lives relied on these makeshift canoes that you speak about to cross the river to their farms and other places?
In fact, they have relied on these, but what they are saying is that the Offin River itself was not as it is today. There were crossing points, proper crossing points. The natural state of the river was not as it is today. And in fact, these days, the illegal mining in the area has, turned the river upside down. There are ditches here. There are deep pits in certain areas. And so you will never know which part is deep, which part has sand dunes in there, has tree stumps and other things dislodged in there. And so it has created a very unsafe route for them at the moment. And that is why they are asking government to provide life jackets, proper canoes, or perhaps do a footbridge at certain crossing points so that they will be able to go to their farms. They've been telling me about crossing the river with those makeshift canoes, and sometimes they cocoa beans they are carrying get dislodged in the river, and they are not able to retrieve it.
Right. That's quite unfortunate. Erastus, we'll be keeping tabs with you for any further development as the police has not arrived. Hopefully they will soon, and we'll be falling on you for that update. Erastus Asare Donko with Love FM in Kumasi there, bringing us to speed on that situation.